What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another solo Leveling Arise video. Alright guys, many of you have been asking me how to beat chapter 18, which is the last chapter, the second last fight specifically, and the last fight, which is Kargalagalagalagalagalagala Shaman, aka Tusk. And I'm going to show you guys how I did it on my live stream here. I know a lot of you guys miss these and don't have a chance to watch them, so I'm going to re-record these. You're going to see the past version of me fighting these fights. I'm going to show you guys how I set it up, what I used, and how I beat this. So, without further ado, here is some clips from the scene from the live stream that happened about a couple days ago. You can always check it out on the channel as well. I'll show you guys real quick where that is. Bear with me for 2 seconds, and that is going to be found right over here on the channel, and it's called Tusk is Dead Story Mode Done Global Live Stream Part 2. You guys can check out the entire stream if you want. There's a lot of good content on there, but I do want to go over the main things that I did in order to get this done and show you guys how it was completed. This is no easy feat, by the way, so don't worry if you're free to play and you're struggling to get to this point. This is meant to be a long-term chapter for us to get through, in hard mode is even crazier. So here we go, guys. All right, guys, what's up? I'm going to be on this side, my old self on that side. Now, the reason why I'm commentating on my video is because when I do these live streams, I don't talk very much when I do battles because I'm always concentrating. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of how to handle this. Now, we're going to do, as mentioned, the last 2 fights of Chapter 18, which is the last chapter currently in the actual game. I'm going to break it down for you. This is normal mode, by the way. Hard mode, I'm stuck on the last stage of 17. It's a massive DPS check, and I don't have that currently. But myself the Huntsman, and I've got myself the Plunge Sword. Those work really well in this fight. This is the team I went with. I went with Silvermane Beck, Choi, and Cha. And I'm going to show you guys how I handled this. Now, there are going to be 4 bosses in total. And it's going to be imperative that you actually do bring in some heavy break skills. The first thing that happens is you get yourself this High Orc Warden, okay? And he comes in with a pretty big attitude problem. So the one thing to notice right away, he's going to most likely jump at you or lunge. So if you get close enough, he'll actually lunge at you. If you go far enough and he decides to come at you, he will jump. So doing a quick step right there, or shadow step, sorry, I keep calling it quick step, is imperative because you want to break this guy's defense ASAP. So like I said, defense break is mandatory for this fight. And once you do defense break on this guy, he's going to actually be easier to kill. If you don't, these guys have a ton of HP and you won't do as much damage on them. As you can see here, I haven't done defense break yet, but it's going to happen right now. Sorry, a break, not defense break, just a regular break. There we go. And then from here, damage just increases by like a lot. So you want to kill this guy off quickly. And then here, it's going to be 2 things that are going to be a problem. Number 1, he summons another comrade. You can see before he dies, you have to deal with 2 of them. So if you don't kill him fast enough, you have 2 enemies on the field at the same time. Now, this enemy, on the other hand, does a lot of jumping and very easy to maneuver through. You actually want to shadow step as soon as you possibly can. This guy does not come out with too many problems because he's a lot slower. Now, when you get him low enough, he's going to also summon the next boss. Remember, there are going to be 4 bosses in total. Here you go. Wait till I break it again. And then once you break, now what I could have done better as well, I didn't need Choi for this fight. I could have removed Choi and put Beck. And if you have Beck, breaking would be a lot easier. Now this part here, you want to actually save your ultimate for the second ad to pop in and hit them together. That way you kill 2 at once, 2 birds with 1 stone kind of scenario, right? So you can see here he summons this comrade, right? The comrade's coming in. Now this guy is the same enemy as the first one, okay? So he's going to be a little tougher to kill. I find that guy to be harder, but here you go. I hit both at the same time, kill one, take away HP from the other, right? And this is a very, very intense battle for this reason. I'm just checking my time, making sure everything's good for sound. I think I put really low sound here for everybody. So let me increase that for everyone so people can hear. And then you guys can see here, I have 96 seconds out of 165, okay? So pretty important to note that time is of the essence in this. So again, shadow stepping, going in full bloom, making sure that stays at 5 stacks, always 5 stacks for that. Again, going on with almighty break, and breaking is so important here. You have to break, and this is why Huntsman works so well in this battle, because it's the only weapon that actually does have break skills, and it does breaking very, very well. So this is the 3rd boss. You guys can see here, putting some work in. He's going to start summoning the last one. There he is. Make sure you notice that he jumps at you. It's also, again, the same High Orc Headman as the one you're currently fighting. So you fight 3 Headmen and 1 of the normal I forgot the 2 axe guys, right? So this guy's a great axe wielder. And then when there's 2 of these guys, you need to make sure that the one you killed previously is, of course, like before, dead. If not, you're going to be struggling with keeping up because they do a lot of heavy jump attacks and they do stun lock you in place for quite some time. Now you guys can see here, there's 31 seconds left. Again, time is of the essence. If you can't kill this guy fast enough, you're in a lot of trouble. So you have to make sure you put in a lot of DPS and kill this as quick as you possibly can. Now, I am not a massive whale by any means, shape, or form. I think I came in here with 310k power and was still able to complete this fight, but it was with like the skin of my teeth almost. So you guys can see here, with the ultimate off and having defense down, that's what really helps. I just did Shadow Man Beck because of the 20% more attack. This was able to clear this out. But don't sleep on this fight, guys. It is one of the hardest fights I've ever had in this game. And hard mode, I can't even imagine how much harder it's going to be. So there's that fight. Now let's go in and show you guys the last fight, which is Tusk, which is so much fun, by the way. There's a couple of mechanics I'll explain. And then once I do that, you might have a better understanding and better chance of beating it. So give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, folks, now that you've seen the second last part of this chapter, here is the last boss, the Mighty Shaman. We're going to call him Tusk, so I don't have to keep doing the gargling noise because I just enjoy doing that so damn much. But here is how I set things up, okay? I brought in regular Beck, Cha, and I believe Min. I'd have to double check my team later on. We'll probably check while we do this. And then I also brought in the armor break skill, the black hole skill, and the two weapons I'm using is the light bow and the huntsman. Okay, very important to note those. This is going to be comprised of two different mini bosses, some ads, and then the last boss himself. And I'm going to walk you through it now. You guys can see here, I've got myself a couple different attacks going in. I'm going to retry here. Clearly, something went wrong. So I probably didn't do command to search. Okay, so here we go. So going in, there's a dodge. I think that's what I was waiting for because I know you have to get that in because he does so much freaking damage, and you've got to time is essentially is of the essence. Okay, so there you guys go. First boss with all the ads almost dead. Now remember this guy does not require a break, so don't worry about it. But Cargill again does actually require a break, so that's why I brought in all my light units to help out. You guys can see here another black hole. And black hole is literally one of the most critical skills in this because you need to gather enemies together in order to get this done. Now, when you finish the first mini boss, don't use your shadow step right away. The second mini boss is going to rush in. Make sure you shadow step that and get him in there with black hole as well. Right there, you guys see that? Everyone's gathered together. Now he's going to start doing some smacks on the ground. You need to get out of those quickly or else you're going to waste too much time. It's not necessarily how hard the fight is. It's the fact that the battle itself takes so much time because of the two mini bosses that you have to be very quick about getting away from all their attacks and making sure that you can land your shadow steps and do their defense down. So there you guys go. A minute 57 still left. Here comes the last boss in all of his glory. And believe it or not, he's a lot harder than what the manhwa shows, okay? So Tusk here starts off with this little attack. You need to shadow step that. Make sure you have it available to you. He'll do it 3 times, okay? Here you can summon, and then your focus is going to be to break him as soon as you possibly can. Now, at a certain point, he's going to start doing different skills when his HP is low enough, okay? So do your ultimate, use that. Remember, time is of the essence. Now, when he gets low enough, he's going to teleport himself to the other side of the screen and start doing I think it's called the Hymn of Giants first, where he becomes immortal. So you actually, there it is right there. And here it is. Okay, he's going to start, he's going to tackle first. So tackle here, dodge this, 100% dodge, and make sure you shadow step and defense down. Now you guys can see here, he's almost broken. He's halfway there almost. And at this point, he's now going to start casting his bigger skills, okay? So about 50%, I think. There it is. Hymn of the Giants. You need to avoid this, okay? So shadow step. Now, don't actually do shadow step until he's done casting because he's invulnerable to damage. So make sure you break him here. I think I'm kind of like talking about, this is when my wife brought me food. Okay, so give me a sec. My wife brought me food and this is when we finished it. Okay, so give me a sec. Let me finish this ad. So I got my food here. Everyone's cheering my wife on because I've been doing this for about half an hour now. And then here you go, Hymn of Agony. Now this one here does a 3-prong attack. Avoid these, okay? If you get stunned, he's going to kill you. There's another shadow step. And then go ahead and start breaking. Your main focus here, guys, is to break. If you don't break him, you're not going to finish this fight. Okay, avoid this levitation. Again, another shadow step, defense down. This is where break comes in handy. You need to do this before he casts his other skill, which is going to be summoning a totem pole in the middle of the field. And you have to break that totem pole before you can kill him. Okay, so here you go. You guys can see he's about to do a couple different casts. So these fire casts, avoid those. Again, shadow step, get in there, do some damage. And look how much time we have left. 32 seconds, right? So this lipo does so much freaking damage, and you can finish it off before he actually summons the totem. He was about to summon it there. He's about to disappear. So if he summons it, it's over. If you have the same amount of CP that I did, or combat power that I did, right there. Okay? So that's how you finish this off. Now, when you finish this battle, of course, that's the end of the story for this chapter, at least. And then we wait for the King Berrigan chapter. Or Baron King, sorry. Baron King chapter. King Berrigan. Baron chapter. So the one thing I didn't show here is the totem part. After he was about to teleport, he goes back to the original start of where you fought him, and then he becomes invulnerable to damage again, and then he puts a giant like totem in the middle with a different element, and it has, I think it's 4 or 3 health bars. You have to kill that totem, and if you do, it'll actually stun him, and then that way you can finish off the fight. But again, if you're at that stage and you have my battle power, chances are you're not going to have enough time, so you need to make sure that you complete that. Now, a lot of people are going to ask this question, Payne, where's Tusk? Well, he's not available in the game yet. Okay, yes, it shows the animation that you actually did summon him and he's arisen, but the actual game does not have him in there, so don't look for him. He's not going to be available to you guys. So there you guys have it. Those are the final 2 fights. Believe it or not, this took a long time. It took me about half an hour to complete this fight. It was a hell of a lot of fun, so I highly recommend folks to try it out when you get there with this tactic, and hopefully it helps. There it is, guys. That is the last fight for our current end game chapter. I'm going to do my best to get through hard mode. I need more combat power. The moment I can, I'll be doing more live streams. Obviously, tomorrow morning we'll be doing live streams, so come join me then. Actually, I'll be probably doing it now, as a matter of fact, while this video is out, or it might have already happened, because this is going to be a pre-recorded video. Anyways, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.